Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we look at this whole Ukraine thing. Now all the European and American news agencies are like reporting the whole Ukraine thing just because like,
White people.
white
Bro.
people are involved. Now it's like so real for them, you know?
I
Like,
saw one news report that said Ukraine doesn't deserve this. They're not some third world African country. Bro, I was
Yo, where'd you see that?
like straight up.
bro.
Yeah. No, they do. They say things like
was
that
an
blatantly.
actual news report.
It's changed the calculus entirely. Tens of thousands of people have tried to flee the city. There will be many more. People are hiding out in bomb shelters. But this isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
Also, now, just because it's the enemy of NATO that's doing this, it's like, oh my god, how can we allow this?
Whoa.
Yeah, like just yesterday, I'm watching literally F1 yesterday, and
you
I
watch
was
F1?
Yes, I do. Screw you. I'm getting to my point.
You watch F1?
Thanks for the invite, bro. No invite, nothing.
So at the time of recording, they're racing in Saudi Arabia, and literally just hours after the first pride session, there were missiles that were fired at one of the buildings that were close to the track. So they sat there for 4 hours discussing whether or not the weekend's going to go on. It is, but again, the issue with Yemen and Saudi Arabia, that's also close to home. But I guess everyone's going to talk about Ukraine because Russia bad, I guess.
No,
and we should put Putin in a gulag or something. I don't know.
So you know about this thing where Europe took in all of the Ukrainian refugees, right? And the thing was, even with the refugees, it wasn't so many, fighting was concentrated in certain cities, but everybody just fled, right?
It's mostly around Kharkov and Kiev, I hear.
And then in these where everything was just destroyed and there was massacre and crimes against humanity.
Serbia, places,
and they were just like, nope, sorry, you guys can just starve outside our borders.
Yeah.
A lot of them would counter argue, saying that the migrants whom they've let in started causing trouble, and apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, they started reporting that migrants are more active in violence, where they're sexually assaulting women, etc., etc. So
the same propaganda being done in Austria, you know that.
That's. But even if that was the case, you can't really blame the majority for the actions of a minority, though.
Yeah.
That's not right.
They'll do that to push an agenda. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a perfect excuse.
And you must remember, these people were they weren't given any opportunities as well. They weren't treated as citizens of their country where the government would try and provide jobs or anything like that. They weren't even allowed to work in some cases, bro.
They were just there we let you in, so shut the hell up, pretty much.
And they're like, oh no, we can't employ you. You don't have a work visa, you know.
And then how are they supposed to get a work visa? The country's currently being invaded.
Go to the remnants of
so the sexual crimes and things are it's horrible, bro. But I mean, if you can't work or make an income or do anything, what are you gonna do, bro?
Exactly.
You know,
and the ones that do
how much do you bet, guys, that these Ukrainian refugees will be given jobs and treated as first class citizens?
Bro, royalty.
Honestly, the thing is, it honestly depends on what country they end up in. We can, and then we will give you this. So just shut the fuck up.
Some Arab countries are horrible. even though they take in like refugees and things like that, like they have camps for them, like
exactly, like
bad camps, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna lie here. Originally, I was gonna say if that's such an issue, put them into their own like sort of area. But then I realized that was segregation, so I didn't want to mention it until like you brought the whole thing up. I still feel like
they get treated even worse. Like there's
Yeah,
like
but I
no
don't think they
food,
treat
no
them
proper
worse, though. I think,
shelter.
bro, it will be,
People
like,
are eating
different
on the ground, bro. It's like it's heartbreaking, dude. It's heartbreaking.
And why? Because we do not worship the same entity.
No, they worship the same entity.
No.
It's the color of their skin.
Fuck.
And
Oh,
skin
that's
color.
worse, bro.
Yep.
It's because of racism, different schools of thought,
Different cultures.
different cultures. It's just like, yo, we don't want you guys being a burden on our country and our society.
Like,
Yeah.
jeez. I know I joke about cultural
Like,
racism a lot, but that is on another freaking level.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like, yo, it's even worse than how they're being treated in Europe, bro. Exponentially worse.
But
So, like, which evil do you pick between, you know?
The lesser of
actually
the
happy
two
to hear, to
evils.
be
By
honest.
the same looks.
I have a
Yeah, but it's
question.
not like either of them are good options anyway.
It's like what did Dave Chappelle say? He was fortunate enough to grow up poor around rich people. It's like, would you rather be poor in a bad place or poor in a good place?
Obviously, in a
good place.
good
More
way.
in a good place.
More opportunities.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
now remember, you think, oh, it's more opportunities, but now because of who you are, there aren't going to be any opportunities to you, regardless, because you're a strain on the economy, and it's a small working force in most of these European countries and whatnot. So it's like, no, we can't really.
And that's why you need to know a lot of rich
in
people.
healthcare and this and that.
Yeah.
So either way you looked at it, you're screwed. But like,
You're
it
done.
might be easiest to survive in the better off country.
Yeah.
I disagree to a certain extent. I'd say it would also heavily depend on the politics. I mean, for example, there could
That's true.
there could be something like affirmative action, diversity, inclusivity, etc., etc. I mean, look at universities right now.